Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So today I'm very honoured to have esteemed guest Greg from the Greggieboy76 channel. I'm at his house, we're going to make a video. Greg was a huge influence when I started out and really helped me out with the channel because when I'd only made 1 or 2 videos, Greg tagged me in a video, which was a big help in getting me some publicity. So, and I think you sort of thought my videos were interesting. Was it the comedy or perhaps the sort of interest that I've got in the retro fragrances, my sort of sophisticated way that I described them? What was it that made you want to help me?
Just felt a bit sorry for you, to be honest, mate.
Yes, hello, welcome back. So very excited to be with Greg, a great man and a really good, knowledgeable fragrance reviewer. And don't forget, he does have a fragrance samples business called Fragrance Samples UK, where they stock an incredible range of niche and designer fragrances. They are really good, so check them out, and they do worldwide shipping and excellent service. Now, let's get stuck into the video. So we're going to talk about 4 fragrances that are vintage ones. Cool. We're not going to blind smell them. I've done a video on Greg's channel, actually, in a similar vein with some fantastic ones that we just smelled, so check that out. And so we're going to go with one I know Greg has got the reissue of, which is Dior's Jules, a legendary fragrance from 1980, I think. So that's a real powerhouse fragrance, apparently, just a splash.
Little look?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I've got, I think, it's about 2016. As I understand it, it's available commercially in Europe still now, but not in the UK for some reason. There's your very nice bottle, but yeah. So I'm interested to see what the differences are.
Yeah, it seems hard to track down the new version, isn't it?
Yeah,
online,
well I've got mine from one of the French websites.
Right.
But I've never seen it available in the UK.
Okay, so it's a splash bottle. See if you detect any differences or what you think about that one.
It is quite different straight off the bat, actually. It's got it's much more spicy than the one that I've got. It's got like it's got a sort of real boozy spice, almost like a, I don't know, a Christmassy boozy type of spice.
Very rich, isn't it? Yeah.
I love it. I love the current one that I've got, but to be honest with you, very, very unlikely I'll ever like a current version more than an older one, which I've found.
Yeah,
so
tends to be the way.
Given a bit of time with this, I'm sure I will love it. But from off the initial spray, it's not too sort of like Medallion Man.
No, I don't think so.
Which is what, you know, Jules actually means. I don't know whether I'm boring or
no. This is
whether, you know, it means stud.
Yes.
And the
French,
idea behind it is it's the fragrance for the what's the word I'm looking for?
Casanova type.
Yeah, Casanova. There's a particular word that I'm looking for. It's a French word, but I can't remember. But that exactly that.
Yeah.
The Lothario is the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, supposed to imagine a guy in the 80s, very affluent.
The advertising was sort of like that, wasn't it? It was a sort of hunky man, yeah.
So, but yeah, that's great fragrance. Why it's not available outside of Europe, I don't understand, because it's 10 times better than a lot of fragrances that are.
So very fresh compared sometimes to things like Koros, but perhaps
Koros with a bit more wearability, I would say.
Real classic, and worth checking out if you can find an old bottle or the reissue. Here's another one that doesn't get much talk, and this is Boss Spirit. This was a 1989 release, and this is one I'm always struggling to know how I should describe it. So,
well, I like the colour as a good start. When you see something that colour, you think it's got something about it, don't you?
Yes, I tend to agree. So again, it's a splasher. This is not an ideal method of testing these.
We'll let that.
But we'll give it a moment. Yeah. So 1989 release. It's. Well, I'll let you just describe it. Yeah.
It's actually quite medicinal. The at first sniff. Never would have had this down as being a Boss fragrance, but I'll say that. It's actually quite I would say it's quite a creative fragrance. It's
Yes,
not
I think so.
mainstream smelling at all.
Yeah.
It's got kind of a little bit of a honey
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah, it's got a sweetness. I feel it has a bit of a tobacco thing, maybe. Could be wrong.
No, there's definitely tobacco in here. I really like that. Really like
Very
that.
interesting, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. There's a sweetness, isn't there?
Sort of like I say, it's a honeyed tobacco. I wouldn't say necessarily that's what I describe the fragrance as fundamentally
No.
being, but there's a honeyed tobacco accord in there.
Yeah.
But in 10 minutes' time, it might smell completely different. Obviously, we're going off the first spray.
And I think it's a little bit green and fresh, and
It's definitely green.
it's that. It's not like pure Rabanne or something.
No.
It's honey and tobacco, but it is more green and fresh, but with this sort of sweet undertone. Apparently, truffle is one of the notes.
Interesting.
Whatever that smells like.
Yeah,
All right.
good one.
Boss Spirit, 1989. Last but not least, then, this was one I was intrigued to see what Greg would think about, and this is Paco Rabanne Excess Extreme. So that was a flank, of course, to the original Excess. I think this was about 2000 or 2002. So we've got a sprayer on that one. It seemed to have rapidly disappeared from anyone's...
Yeah, you've done well here. Did you check that I hadn't tested any of these?
Yeah, I did. I texted you, yeah. So I've deliberately picked
I was
ones.
going to say, you've done well. Cause
Yeah. There aren't many that you've not sniffed.
I'm a bit of a geek.
Yeah. So this is very different to the others.
Oh, yeah.
Excess Extreme.
Yeah, it's floral, isn't it?
Mm.
I like that.
I'm really impressed with this one.
Is it supposed to be an extreme version of Excess, or is it supposed to be a different
I
fragrance?
think it's supposed to be somewhat similar, but I've heard a lot of people say it's more fresh and citrusy than Excess,
Yeah.
which you might think it would go the other way, being called Extreme, but I can tell you some notes if you want.
It's
What do you reckon?
there's white florals in here, some green notes, but it's Himalaya-esque, isn't it?
I think, yeah, and the original Excess is compared to Himalaya actually a
I'm
lot.
not sure I even smelt the original one of that, to be honest.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, okay, so were you aware of that, or...?
No.
Oh, right. Okay, well that's brilliant then, because that is exactly what people say Excess is like. But I think that Extreme, even more so, like Creed Himalaya. But so that's
very similar.
Very astute to pick that out, because I just read
Unless I
that.
subconsciously had that in there somewhere,
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
believe so,
Yeah.
but definitely a strong similarity, which is quite... The strength of similarity is quite interesting, considering I would imagine that was, at its time, 30 or 40
Yes,
quid.
exactly.
We know how much Himalaya is, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
that's,
interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
That's definitely a good alternative, and if Excess is along the same lines as that as well,
You
which
might
is
want to
still
try
available,
Excess,
it's...
I'm surprised you've never tried Excess.
Yeah, no, I
That's
don't
a
think I
weird
have.
one. This apparently has, according to this, a tester bottle, so apparently it's got notes including juniper berry and wild mint. It's sensual and hot, a bit like us, and teak wood, Russian leather and amber.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said quite a few of them. I wouldn't have said minty, fresh, green, some white florals. I would have said, but
Right, I'm minty.
wouldn't have got the amber and
No,
that side of things. But
It's
then
off-
again, as that might develop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
we were smelling them in a rather primitive way, just a first impression. So I guess we'll leave it there.
yes,
It's been a real honour to have
emotional.
and hopefully we'll be tired and emotional later, because we're going out for a few beers and something to eat. So you never know, we might have a bit of footage about what happens there.
Sure we will.
The bits we can show. Great to have you on the channel.
Yeah, thanks
and
for having me.
I
It's a
hope it
pleasure.
won't be the last time. Thanks for joining us. Remember, whatever you're doing in life,
let's
let's project. Bye bye.
Cheers, guys.
See ya. Hello everyone in the fragrance community. So here I am, joined by legendary fragrance community. Sorry. Drunk. I might be out of... No, there you go. I'll get a frame out of that. That's good. Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So tonight we've got the legendary fragrance reviewer Greg from the Greggieboy76 channel. Scent of the night then, for me, Xerjoff Neo, a brilliant fresh fragrance from Xerjoff. How would you describe that one, Greg?
Lots of lime, lots of vetiver, fresh, uplifting. very invigorating, effervescent, I would say, yeah. All of those things.
Agreed.
Amazing fragrance.
And we're in a pub in Colchester in Essex, and it's called the
Brewdog.
Very nice pub, and we're having a few nice beers here.
Cheers.
Cheers, Greg. And what is your scent of the night, Greg?
Mine is Percival by Parfum de Marly, which I actually really love. Not like the most creative fragrance ever, but just really good smelling, really enjoy it.
And people compare it to Mont Blanc Legend.
Mont Blanc Legend and also Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, and I see that. Totally
is it a higher quality version?
Definitely higher quality. It's like an upscale version
your
of those
sillage, you've been really projecting, yeah. It's quite potent, actually. So, it's been lovely to be with you, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
The packaging is so tacky. The fragrance itself is anything but exclusive or hard to attain. It just smells kind of like sweeties and bubble gum. Often you'll hear me in my videos say I like this fragrance because it's elegant and classy or refined, and this has none of that. But I don't care for the whole message that it's the whole thing that this fragrance embodies. The dry down for me ended up just being really skanky, and it was a baby's nappies kind of smell that I got off. This poopy. It was a real stinker, and it was skanky and poopy, redundant, and such a boring release. A boring bottle, boring smell. Somebody who didn't have great personal hygiene might have this if they only owned one fragrance because someone gave it to them or something, and they might spray it when they couldn't be bothered to shower and create this kind of sickly sweetness covering up a slightly musty, unwashed smell. That's the kind of thing I visualise. Don't like the smell, don't like the bottle.